As Allison just mentioned, we are still learning a little bit more about what it means that there were active duty military members inside this underground club. And when the raid took place, but beyond them just being there, the investigators were saying they were taking part in suspected crimes going on inside again, drug trafficking, prostitution, crimes of violence involving guns. Remember, investigators went undercover inside this underground club. They say for months this operation was going on. So we don't know when they were observed at the club, but they said today they found that these active duty military members were working security for the club and that they were also patrons.
Dramatic raid over the weekend. More than 100 people detained from this underground nightclub in Colorado Springs, including alleged illegal immigrants and U.S. service members. This is how it all played out.
This is the DEA. All occupants of the structure, exit the structure with your hands up.
DOJ and DHS together launched a joint raid of an illegal alien underground nightclub used by Tren de Aragua in Colorado Springs, Colorado. DHS took more than 100 illegal aliens into custody, and many drugs and weapons were also seized. Operation Tidal Wave is a preview of what is to come around this country. Large-scale operations that employ our state and local enforcement partners to get criminal illegal aliens off our streets.
America is safer tonight thanks to Donald Trump. Last night, Brian, what they did, during the Biden administration, they received 170 911 calls to that club alone. That club we were just watching, 170 calls. Wouldn't you think that would have been a red flag?
Wouldn't.
Nothing happened. Guns, shootings, ag batteries, nothing happened. So under Donald Trump, DEA, FBI, U.S. Marshals, ATF, ICE, everyone went in together. DEA led this investigation, went in, got 115 illegal immigrants, aliens in our country, arrested them, 2 with warrants, 12 guns seized. So what would happen in this club is you would go in, security would give you a menu of drugs, cocaine, there's something new called pink cocaine, meth, you could go in a bathroom stall, get that, there was prostitution, all these things going on, and we just now identified a member of Sinaloa cartel was also in there.
Federal agents swarmed a Colorado Springs nightclub in one of the largest joint operations of the year. Over 300 officers from the DEA, ICE and local law enforcement stormed a building near Airport Road in the early hours of Sunday morning. Inside they found drugs, weapons, and more than 100 people taken into custody, including undocumented migrants and even active duty U.S. soldiers working as security. What was supposed to be a night of music turned into a massive federal raid that exposed a hidden criminal network operating in plain sight. Tonight, we break down exactly what happened inside that underground club and why this operation has everyone talking. Colorado Springs, usually a quiet military town, woke up to a scene straight out of an action movie. Just after 4 a.m., armored vehicles, flashing lights, and hundreds of federal agents surrounded an event center that had been operating as a secret underground nightclub. According to the Drug Enforcement Administration, the building had no business license, no liquor license, and plenty of illegal activity.
People involved in this raid, 300 law enforcement officers from 10 different agencies, arresting 114 illegal immigrants, some of them with serious criminal records. The numbers here stand out to me. What stands out to you regarding this?
Well, yeah, the numbers are incredible, but this is the second club that the DEA has raided since January with a large number of illegal immigrants. This operation was very well planned, very well coordinated by multiple agencies. It was not leaked, which is great because we had a leaked operation here in Colorado.
The raid was the culmination of months of undercover work, coordinated by the DEA, ICE, and several other federal agencies. When agents finally moved in, they found a crowd of over 200 people inside, many of them undocumented migrants, some with serious criminal records. It was actually pretty scary, a bit too real for me, said one partygoer who was detained and later released. I had my hands behind my back for hours. Witnesses say agents smashed windows, deployed gas, and ordered everyone to the floor. Hours later, many were released after showing identification, while others were handed over to ICE for processing. Family members returned the next morning to find windows boarded up and cars still in the parking lot. Some say their relatives were citizens, but were also taken in the chaos. Tracy Rodriguez told reporters her nephew was hospitalized after the raid aggravated a previous medical condition. "I'm devastated. We can't do anything. We don't even know where to go." At a press conference Sunday morning, DEA officials outlined their findings. "These clubs operate without licenses, and we consistently find drug trafficking, prostitution, and acts of violence inside and outside their doors," said one spokesperson.
We begin covering Colorado first tonight in Colorado Springs, where more than 100 people were taken into custody early this morning during a Drug Enforcement Administration operation. Over 300 federal agents and local officers took part in what the DEA described as busting up an underground nightclub, where they found dozens of people they say are in the country illegally, as well as active duty military personnel. Your reporter Sarah Horbakowitz went to the Springs today and spoke with people who were inside as agents in tactical gear smashed their way into the party.
Walls and windows are boarded up at the event center after last night's raid. Now family members and friends are still here trying to account for anyone who may have been here last night. Officials appearing to break windows and use a type of gas during Saturday night's operation into a Colorado Springs event center. The DEA sharing in a press conference Sunday morning what they were looking for as part of a months-long investigation.
What we have found is, number one, they're operating illegally, right? There's no business license, there's no liquor license. But in addition, we're always finding drug trafficking in these clubs. We're seeing acts of violence inside the club, outside the club, and prostitution as well.
Marvin Melgar says he was one of hundreds of people there when the DEA, ICE, and other federal and local law.
Inside the Colorado Springs Club, agents seized firearms, cash, and narcotics. They say the venue was linked to Trenda, Ara, and Gamatis 13, two notorious gangs previously tied to similar raids in Denver and Aurora. But the most shocking discovery was the presence of active duty U.S. soldiers. Officials say at least a dozen military members were inside, some as patrons, others working armed security. The Army Criminal Investigation Division has confirmed it is now reviewing the roles of those soldiers and will coordinate with federal prosecutors if charges are filed. According to DEA Special Agent Jonathan Pullen, officers spent months tracking the club's operations. Agents conducted surveillance, undercover buys, and informant interviews before securing the raid warrant. This was a long-term investigation, Pullen said. We knew significant trafficking and crimes of violence were happening inside. We needed to move when we could do so safely. By dawn, more than 300 officers from 10 federal agencies had surrounded the building. The raid remained secret until the last moment, a critical detail after previous operations elsewhere were compromised by media leaks. Colorado Springs is home to several major military bases, including Fort Carson. Officials say it's not surprising that service members may have taken side jobs for extra income. But working for a criminal enterprise raises serious questions. Some soldiers may have thought this was legitimate security work, one official explained. But under the surface, it was illegal activity, and it sucked people in. The Army CID says it's fully cooperating with federal investigators and will hold its personnel accountable if they're found to have violated the law or military policy. While law enforcement is calling the raid a success, activists and community groups are raising concerns about how it was handled. The Colorado People's Coalition plans to protest and demand a town hall meeting with city leaders. We need clarity on who was detained, why, and what tactics were used, a spokesperson said. ICE has stated that only those with warrants or who are in the country illegally remain in custody. Others are being released as their status is verified. Still, questions linger about injuries, force, and how long authorities knew about this club before moving in. This is not the first time the DEA has targeted illegal operations in Colorado. Earlier this year, agents raided several apartment complexes in Aurora tied to the same gang network. Officials say the Colorado Springs raid was unique because of its scale and coordination. It required months of planning and the cooperation of federal, state, and local law enforcement. One former agent told local media, "These operations take time. You need airtight evidence to go in safely. It's not about waiting. It's about building a case that sticks. As the investigation continues, authorities say the club's owners and organizers will face charges for harboring undocumented migrants and operating without licenses. Dozens of vehicles remain in the lot as evidence crews finish processing the scene. Fort Carson officials released a statement affirming their support for the investigation and promising full disciplinary review for any military personnel involved. Community leaders say the incident has sparked a broader conversation about law enforcement tactics, gang infiltration, and the balance between security and civil rights. For the DEA and ICE, this raid is a symbol of what they call a new era of federal coordination. More joint operations are expected across Colorado and other states in coming months as officials crack down on underground venues tied to organized crime. The message is simple, said one federal agent. We won't let criminality hide behind loud music and strobe lights. We're coming for those who think they can hide in plain sight. As Colorado Springs recovers from the shock, residents say they hope this is a turning point, a moment where law and order return to the city's streets after years of rumors and fear.